Have you ever looked up into the sky and wondered what else is out there? Joining us today via satellite is former special agent in charge and director of the Pentagon's mysterious UFO program, Luis Elizondo. Good morning, Lou. How are you?
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I want to give folks kind of a backdrop because checking out what else was out there, on behalf of the government was your bread and butter for a very long time. So tell me about your job as special agent in charge of the Pentagon's UFO program.
Well, I was a career counterintelligence special agent for the Department of Defense. It was the last really decade, if you will, the last 10 years that I got involved with the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which has now come out as being synonymous with the Pentagon's UFO program.
Very interesting. And I know that there are so many people who are so plugged into this because we want to know, there's been small stories here and there. A lot of us have looked up into the sky and at some point thought, what's going on out there? So tell me why you wanted to get involved with the show that's going to be on the History Channel.
Well, after I left the U.S. government, History Channel had approached us and said, hey, look, we think this is an interesting story. We think this is something that's worth telling. And what they decided to do was take an approach that's never been taken before, and that is basically assign some of their most hardened investigative journalists to this project, along with some of their very experienced camera crew that have been in war zones, and look at this finally through a very serious lens. And so with that and the team that we have, I thought it was an excellent opportunity to have the conversation with the American public.
Very, very cool. And so I'm looking forward to all of the things that your team has been able to identify and uncover. And I know you can't give us all the spoilers. I know you can't tell us exactly what's going to happen during the course of the season. But can you just give us kind of an overview of the sort of things that we're going to be finding out over the course of the series?
Yeah, sure. I think what the audience can expect is basically, first of all, an introduction to the team, very brief of who we are and how we got to where we are. And then we're going to dive right in head first into some of the most compelling incidents in recent history, to include very recently involving U.S. military service members, intelligence personnel, and law enforcement. These are trained observers that are seeing things in U.S.-controlled skies. And by the way, what they're observing is backed up by radar and even gun camera footage.
Interesting. I used to be a meteorologist, so we studied a lot of radar. Tell me just personally, what is the memory that sticks out to you the most of something that you've seen?
I'm not sure I can talk about that. There were a lot. When I was in the ATIP program, every day was something different, and every incident was unique. But we were successful in identifying 5 common, if you will, observables or commonalities of these things, and I think that was probably the greatest contribution of ATIP.
How interesting. Okay, we're going to have to be plugged into this series to find out more about what you know. Luis, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You can catch history's premiere of Unidentified: Inside America's UFO Investigation this Friday, May 31st. For more details, go to history.com.